Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz, September 25, 2018. It's 12:47 a.m. Birmingham, and topic is, well, you see the center of everything right there, especially the Middle East. The General Assembly that's going on now in New York from the 24th to the 29th on this month. It's underway, started today, or started on Monday. 200 nations, almost 200. And already Iran has thrown their hand up and said, we're not going to meet with Trump. That's okay. We didn't want to meet with you either. But let me tell you what could come out of this meeting. Number one, North Korea has signaled once again, we want to go ahead and start doing some work here. So that's good news. And you got a lot of people over there that hates America, and they don't know why. And I think it'd be a good time to bring some light in that country, because at nighttime, the country's on a blackout. You know that. And power doesn't run to everyone, but part of a day, 2 to 3 hours at best. This country, I'd love to see them raise up and prosper. And when they do, other countries like them will look at them and say, wow, we want what they have. That could only be a good thing for the world and a great thing for those who may come to Christ out of that. So that's my whole interest in is getting people to think about where we are in time. All right? Let's put the New York General Assembly aside for a moment to talk about time. We didn't know where we were on the prophetic timetable since the destruction of the temple in 70 AD. We went almost 2,000 years and didn't know what time it was. People making predictions way back, but yet no one knew what time it was. Only when Israel became a nation in 1948 restarted the prophetic time clock. Only in 1948. And it says that's the generation that'll see the end come. Well, a generation, 48, 70 years, that means we're in the last year. And I'm not saying it'll be exactly 70 years. It could be 71, 72, 73. I think the calendar between them and us is off about 3 to 4 years. So I don't know. But another thing, the meeting in New York, will someone raise the issue of peace and safety, or a peace plan for Israel in the Middle East? Is that possible? Now, look at the Atlantic. What's going on? You have Kirk. Everybody's thought that Kirk was going to be a big, bad, horrible storm, and Kirk just fizzled out, which is good news. Now, there's a subtropical storm, Leslie, that just made a 360-degree turn. That is a stall for some reason. It's not ready to go in and hit anything. It quit. It made a giant turn. I'm telling you, it just made a circle. If it makes another circle, then I'm going to get really concerned about that. That's Leslie. And in other words, is that storm just lingering, waiting to come in if someone offers up? So you know what, Israel, if y'all just give up 100 feet down this line over here, bam, we're going to get hit. So let's hope not. Okay. With that said, the Su-32s that belonged to Russia that went after and escorted the F-16s from Palestine or Palestinian territory back to Israel. And then Russia told Netanyahu that, you know what, until we get this ironed out, we want you to fly at 19,000 feet. Anything below that, we'll push you out. And that's what they did. Israel tested the waters, and they were pushed back. But that can't last. You know that. Israel's got to protect themselves. And what Israel does, they'll go out over Palestinian territory, and they'll go out over the water, and then they will fly 200 feet off of the water at speeds that it's hard to shoot them down. That's how they make their runs into Syria and hitting the places they need to hit. When they hit, they'll launch, and then they'll make a U-turn, and they're right back out of there. Well, the aircraft that belonged to Russia that was shot down had gone in and made a giant turn, about 100-mile loop, okay, maybe 150-mile loop. And when it came back on that loop, it made an unscheduled turn to the west, which put it over the Israeli F-16s that were making their hit or their runs and heading back out over the water to come back over the Palestinian territory. It was not, and it was found out just and posted just last night and today. This is a briefing that went to Putin that they could not find any fault of that downed plane and lay it on Israel. They said none. They said the unscheduled route that aircraft took put it in harm's way. And it was the ground who shot at that aircraft. It was their fault because they could see that aircraft at 5,000 feet. Clearly, you can see an airplane, a big one, at 5,000 feet. And so someone on the ground made a screw up, and it was not Israel's fault that it was determined today, which is good news. So, I don't think I have much more to say except remember two things about the Ezekiel 38-39 war. And Israel will be attacked by Gog and Magog, and no country will come to defend Israel. And this is my point. Somebody made a comment on my 3 blogs ago that we will see the Ezekiel 38-39 war, and I'm saying that we won't see it. And the reason is, if we are here, that war starts, then America will come and aid and stand with Israel in that war. But we will not go. And the reason we won't go is we won't be here to go. When you take the Christians out of this country, there's no one left standing by the Jews and by Israel. So keep that in mind. I mean, think about it, because God clearly tells us no country will come to assist them. My people in that day, today we will. If we're removed, then of course there's nobody here left that will aid Israel. So that's why I'm coming to that particular point there. And I guess that's what I have to say right now. But in any case, it doesn't matter. Romans 9, chapter 10, 9 and 10, we are to watch and wait. There will be no surprise to us who are watching. If you're not watching, if you're caught off guard, then you may be left behind. And you don't want that. Jody Wolf, Expoz.